I have a question. Have you ever looked at your parents and thought, I love them, and then, maybe 5 minutes later, I don't even want to talk to them. And immediately after that, does that make me a bad child? If you've ever felt that way, this video is for you. I think society has convinced us that there are only two options. Either you love your parents unconditionally, or you hate them. But real life isn't that simple. Sometimes, your parents are the reason you became strong. And sometimes, they're also the reason you needed to become strong in the first place. Those two things can exist together. Maybe your parents sacrificed everything for you. Maybe they worked endlessly. Maybe they gave you opportunities they never had. And you genuinely appreciate that. But, maybe they also dismissed your feelings. Maybe they compared you to others. Maybe they shouted more than they listened. Maybe they controlled you instead of understanding you. Maybe they hurt you without ever intending to. So now you're left wondering, am I allowed to be upset when they've done so much for me? Yes, gratitude and pain are not opposites. You can feel both. One of the hardest emotions to carry is loving someone who hurts you. Not because they're evil, not because they wake up wanting to hurt you, but because they're human. Sometimes they're carrying their own trauma. Sometimes they repeat what they experienced growing up. Sometimes they genuinely believe they're doing the right thing. Understanding that can help you make sense of their actions. But understanding someone's behavior doesn't erase its impact on you. Intent matters. Impact matters too. I also want to say something that I wish more people said. You don't have to decide today whether your parents are good or bad. Human beings are rarely just one thing. Parents can be loving and emotionally unavailable, supportive and controlling, protective and hurtful. People are complicated. Relationships are complicated. If you're constantly questioning your feelings, it doesn't necessarily mean you're dramatic. Sometimes confusion is what happens when you've experienced both love and pain from the same people. Your brain keeps switching between the good memories and the difficult ones. Neither cancels out the other. And if you're watching this because you're carrying guilt, please hear this. Acknowledging that someone hurt you isn't the same as saying they never loved you. And loving someone doesn't mean you have to pretend everything they did was okay. Both statements can be true. If no one has ever told you this before, you're allowed to have complicated feelings. You're allowed to love your parents. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be grateful. You're allowed to wish things had been different. You don't have to pick just one emotion. This channel is about talking honestly about the things many of us quietly carry. Take care of yourself. And remember, sometimes healing doesn't begin when your past changes. It begins when you finally stop judging yourself for how you feel about it.